Have you ever taken a quiet moment to ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me these days? Not the voice of a doctor or a blood test result, but your own body. The way your feet hit the floor in the morning, the way you pause before standing up, the way your heart responds when you laugh or when you're alone. After the age of 70, life speaks in quieter tones. It no longer shouts in the same way it did in our youth. Instead, it whispers through the stiffness in your shoulders, the breathlessness after climbing stairs, the way you drift off during the day or lie awake at 3:00 a.m., eyes wide open, heart thinking about nothing and everything. Now here's something worth reflecting on. Why is it that some people, even in their 70s, 80s, or beyond, seem to move through life with clarity, purpose, and grace, while others begin to fade both in energy and in spirit? That difference, my friend, often doesn't come down to luck. It's not about expensive treatments or secret routines. It's often something much simpler, a handful of small signs. Signs that show how your body, your mind, and your daily rhythm are aging and what kind of future they might be pointing toward. At Elderly Active Living, we believe that growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means becoming more aware, more intentional, and more in tune with what matters most. In today's video, we're going to explore 7 powerful signs that reveal a lot more than you might think. They're not tests or diagnoses. They're everyday clues hidden in your stride, your strength, your sleep, your habits, and even your conversations. Each of these signs has been studied and observed in people who live longer, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. These are the individuals who don't just get by, in old age they thrive. And if you stick with us to the end, I promise you'll walk away with more than just information. You'll walk away with understanding, with insight, and maybe with a renewed sense of power over your own journey. So whether you're here for yourself or someone you care about, this moment right now was a chance to pause and listen. Not to the noise of the world, but to the truth your body has been waiting for you to hear. Let's begin. Part 1. Walking speed. Elderly Active Living. Let's begin with something so simple. Most of us overlook it entirely. How you walk. Now, I'm not talking about the shoes you wear or whether you stroll through a park or a grocery aisle. I'm talking about your walking pace. That quiet, everyday rhythm that might seem ordinary, but could actually be one of the strongest indicators of how healthy you are and how many vibrant years you still have ahead. You see, walking isn't just about legs. It's about your muscles, your circulation, your balance, and even how sharp your mind is. All of it working together with every single step. In fact, researchers have studied this very thing. And what they've found is pretty remarkable. Older adults who maintain a steady, confident walking pace tend to live longer, stay healthier, and enjoy more independence than those who begin to slow down. Let me give you 2 real-world examples. Meet Ron and Leonard, both 77 years old. Same age, different stories. Ron still walks to the local market each morning. He crosses streets without hesitation, climbs stairs with ease, and often greets his neighbors with a smile and a quick step. He says walking clears his head and gives him energy for the day. Leonard, on the other hand, used to be active too, but lately he finds himself pausing more often. His steps have shortened. He avoids uneven ground. And sometimes he feels just a little off balance even on a flat surface. Now, that change didn't happen overnight, and it didn't seem serious at first. But here's the truth. A slower pace can quietly signal that your body is struggling. It could mean your muscles are losing strength, your reflexes are slowing, or that your coordination is no longer what it used to be. But before you start to worry, let me share the good news. Walking pace is one of the easiest things to improve. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need to move consistently, gently, and with purpose. Start small. Walk around your home a few extra times a day. Take the long way to the mailbox. Stretch your calves in the morning. Try gentle leg exercises while sitting down. Over time, those little motions will rebuild strength. And here's a simple test. When you go for a walk, ask yourself, am I walking through life or just trying to keep up with it? Because your walking speed is more than a movement. It's a message. It tells the world and, more importantly, tells you that you're still going strong. So, keep moving forward. And every step you take is a quiet promise to yourself that your best years are not behind you. They're still unfolding, one stride at a time. Part 2. Hand strength. Now, let's talk about something even smaller than your walking pace, but just as powerful, your hands. More specifically, the strength of your grip. You might not think twice about how you open a jar, carry a grocery bag, or twist a doorknob. But, believe it or not, the power in your hands speaks volumes about the strength in the rest of your body. Research shows that grip strength, yes, just your grip, can be a surprisingly accurate reflection of your overall health. It tells us how well your muscles are working, how efficient your blood circulation is, and even how healthy your nervous system might be. Let me introduce you to two men, Samuel and Gerald, both 78, both smart, kind, and living full lives. But they've taken very different paths when it comes to something as basic as holding on. Samuel still carries his own groceries, opens jars with ease, and even enjoys a bit of light strength training with small hand weights. He says keeping his hands active gives him confidence. It reminds him he's still strong, still capable. Gerald, on the other hand, started to notice something. The peanut butter jar felt heavier. Turning the doorknob required 2 hands. His handshake, on say firm and sure, now felt soft and uncertain. He didn't realize it right away, but that subtle weakness was a red flag. Because when hand strength fades, it usually means your arms, your core, and even your legs might be fading too. And that can lead to bigger risks like falls, loss of independence, or needing help with tasks you used to do on your own. But here's the empowering truth. Just like any muscle, your grip can be strengthened again. And it doesn't take hours at the gym. You can start with something as simple as a stress ball. Keep one by your chair or bed and give it a few squeezes every morning. Or grab a pair of light hand weights, just 1 or 2 pounds, and do a few reps while watching TV. Even twisting a towel or practicing opening jars builds real strength. Here's a quick check. Pick up a jar, twist the lid. Did it take effort? If yes, it might be time to give those hands some love. Because the ability to grip today is the key to holding on to your independence, your confidence, and your freedom tomorrow. We believe that every small action leads to a stronger you. So give your hands the strength they deserve. Because when you can hold on firmly and proudly, you're not just strengthening your grip, you're holding on to the life you love. Part 3. Balance. Let's pause for a moment and ask something simple. When was the last time you stood on one leg? I know, it sounds like child's play, right? But this tiny action balancing on a single foot could quietly reveal more about your health than you might imagine. Balance is one of those things we don't think about until we start to lose it. It's like the foundation under a house. As long as it's solid, everything above it feels steady and safe. But the moment it starts to shift, everything else feels off. Researchers have found a surprising connection between balance and longevity. Yes, your ability to stand steady even for just 10 seconds, may predict how healthy, how sharp, and how mobile you'll stay in the years ahead. Let me tell you about Patricia and Lillian. Two women, both 79. Similar in many ways, but one key difference made all the difference. Patricia goes for gentle walks, does light stretches, and enjoys Tai Chi in her community center twice a week. She doesn't think of herself as athletic, she just enjoys moving. When she tries the 10-second balance test standing on one foot, she smiles and counts all the way through without wobbling. Lillian, on the other hand, avoids activity. She's afraid of slipping, so she moves less. When she lifts one foot, even just for a moment, her body tilts and she has to reach for a chair. She brushes it off just getting older, she says. But her body is speaking louder than she realizes. Losing balance isn't just about weak legs. It can signal changes in reflexes, muscle tone, and even brain function. It affects everything from your confidence on the stairs to your ability to catch yourself when you trip. But here's the hopeful part. Balance can be rebuilt, and it starts with the smallest of habits. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. Switch feet halfway through, or walk heel to toe in a straight line down the hallway like you're walking a tightrope. These little moves engage your whole system: feet, core, brain, and focus. And don't worry if it feels shaky at first. That's normal. What matters is that you're trying, because every second you stand strong today is a second closer to staying steady, confident, and independent tomorrow. At Elderly Active Living, we believe the most powerful changes begin with awareness. So the next time you feel a little off balance, don't ignore it. Work with it. Train it. And most importantly, trust that your body still has the power to adapt, improve, and protect you one step at a time. Ready to test your balance? Stand tall, lift a foot, and count. You might be surprised at what your body still remembers how to do. Part 4. Sleep at night. Let me ask you something gentle but powerful. How did you sleep last night? Not just how long, but how well. Because after 70, sleep isn't just rest. It becomes one of the most important signals of how your body is doing inside and out. A good night's sleep does more than help you feel refreshed. It gives your body time to repair, your immune system time to strengthen, and your brain time to clear out waste that builds up during the day. Yes, while you're lying in bed, your body is quietly working like a night crew, cleaning, fixing, healing. But when that sleep is broken, when you toss and turn, or wake up feeling foggy and slow, it's more than just a bad night. It might be a clue that something deeper is shifting. Take Harvey and Leonard. Both are 73, but their nights and their mornings couldn't be more different. Harvey is a creature of habit. He turns down the lights early, reads a few pages from his favorite book, and heads to bed at the same hour every night. He wakes up without an alarm, stretches, and feels ready to take on the day. He's sharp, alert, and rarely gets sick. Then there's Leonard. He's tired, but can't fall asleep. When he does, he wakes up 2-3 times each night, sometimes for no reason at all. He checks his phone, turns on the TV, and by morning, he's groggy, irritable, and dragging through the day. The difference? It's not just about sleep time, it's about sleep quality. And that quality quietly shapes everything from your memory to your mood, even your heart health. So what can you do? Start simple. Try dimming the lights in the evening. Avoid screens, TV, phone, tablets for at least 30 minutes before bed. Take a short walk in the morning light. Yes, exposing your eyes to natural light early in the day helps reset your internal clock, making it easier to sleep deeply at night. You can also create a bedtime ritual. Something that tells your body, it's time to rest now. A warm cup of herbal tea, soft music, a quiet prayer or meditation. These cues matter more than we think. And if you're waking up tired more days than not, don't ignore it. Talk to your doctor. Ask about sleep apnea, side effects of medications, or even changes in hormone levels that come with age. We believe good sleep is a foundation, not a luxury. Because the better you sleep, the better your body heals and the brighter your mind becomes. So tonight, don't just go to bed, go to rest. Give your body what it truly needs. Because the path to a longer, healthier life might just begin with closing your eyes and staying there. Part 5. Your relationship with food. Let me ask you something quietly important. Have you truly enjoyed a meal lately? Not just eaten it, but looked forward to it? After the age of 70, our relationship with food begins to shift. For some, meals remain a source of joy, flavor, connection. For others, eating starts to feel like a chore, or worse, something they forget to do altogether. But here's what we need to remember. Losing interest in food isn't just a small thing. It can be a whisper from your body, a quiet signal that something deeper is happening. When appetite fades, it can mean more than just a change in taste. It can point to weakened immunity, muscle loss, fatigue, and even early signs of cognitive decline. Let me paint you a picture of two women both 74. Shirley is still excited about her meals. She loves to cook fresh vegetables from the market, adds protein to every plate, and treats herself to a warm bowl of oatmeal in the morning. She sits at the table with a napkin in her lap and music playing softly in the background. Eating is still an experience. Then there's Dolores. She used to be the one hosting Sunday dinners. But lately she finds herself skipping meals, grabbing a cracker, maybe a cookie, then calling it done. She doesn't feel hungry. She doesn't feel like cooking. And slowly, without realizing it, she's lost weight along with her energy. What Dolores doesn't know is this: that disinterest in eating isn't just about food. It could be linked to medications, depression, digestive changes, or simply loneliness. Yes, many older adults eat less because they're no longer sharing meals with someone else. But here's the good news. You can bring life back to your plate. Start by adding what matters most. Protein to keep your muscles strong. Fiber to help digestion stay smooth. Healthy fats like nuts, olive oil, or avocado to nourish your brain and heart. Drink water throughout the day, even before you feel thirsty. And if food just doesn't seem appealing anymore, talk to your doctor. There may be simple changes like adjusting medications or checking vitamin levels that can make a world of difference. And don't underestimate the power of the meal environment. Put on music. Use real plates. Sit by a window. Make it a moment again. We believe food is more than fuel. It's memory. It's connection. It's life. So if your meals have become silent, dull, or skipped, let today be the day you listen in. Because the way you nourish your body now will shape how strong and joyful your years ahead can be. Part 6. How you respond to pressure. Let's talk about something we all face. Pressure, stress, the weight of the world on your shoulders. But what if I told you that the way you respond to stress after 70 could actually predict how long you'll live? I know, it sounds dramatic, but it's not. Researchers have found that seniors who stay calm under pressure, who keep a cool head and a steady heart, tend to live longer, feel better, and stay mentally sharper than those who feel overwhelmed day in, day out. It's not about pretending life is perfect. It's about how you carry what isn't. Let's take a look at two very different men. Both are 76. Both have seen their fair share of challenges. Albert is the first. He's had hard moments, family arguments, money concerns, health scares. But when things get tense, he steps back. He breathes. He takes a walk, writes in a journal, sits by the window with a cup of tea. He resets before reacting. Then we have Curtis. Also a kind man, but stress clings to him. He overthinks, loses sleep, replays conversations from years ago. He checks the news too much, worries about things he can't control. And that constant worry, it's taking a toll. Curtis has trouble sleeping. His blood pressure keeps rising. He feels tired even on calm days. And here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Chronic stress isn't just emotional. It creates inflammation, wears down your immune system, affects your memory, and increases the risk of heart disease. So ask yourself, are you holding on to things you can't change? Are you carrying more stress than your body can handle? If so, don't judge yourself. Just begin gently. Try this. Take 3 deep breaths when you wake up. Step outside for a few minutes of fresh air. Let the sun touch your skin. Call a friend just to talk, not to solve. Not to fix, just to connect. Even 5 minutes of laughter, stillness, or nature can lower your stress hormones. It gives your body space to heal, and your mind space to breathe. At Elderly Active Living, we believe peace is powerful, and your ability to find calm in the chaos, that's not just a gift. It's a health decision, a quiet, daily act of self-preservation. So the next time life presses down, don't press back harder. Soften, breathe, and remember, the way you carry stress today could shape the health you hold on to tomorrow. Part 7. Your social connections. There's a kind of medicine most doctors won't prescribe, but it may just be the most powerful one of all. It's connection. Human, heartfelt, simple connection. After age 70, your social life isn't just about company. It's about survival. People who stay connected, who keep up with friends, share stories, laugh together, they don't just feel happier. They actually live longer, think more clearly, and bounce back from illness faster. Let me tell you about 2. Women Donna and Mabel. Both are 76. Both are kind, thoughtful, and full of life. But Donna made a choice. She picks up the phone every Sunday to call her sister. She waves to her neighbors when she waters her plants. Twice a week, she meets up with a walking group at the local park. She's not surrounded by dozens of people, just a few good souls she connects with regularly. Mabel, on the other hand, has slowly pulled back. She says it's easier to just stay in. She doesn't want to bother anyone. And while she'd never call herself lonely, the silence has started to feel heavy. She rarely talks to anyone face to face, and some days go by without a single voice but her own. And that silence? It's not harmless. Loneliness affects your health like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises inflammation, weakens immunity, and quickens memory loss. But here's the hope. You don't need a crowd. You just need contact. Start small. Call one old friend. Wave to someone at the grocery store. Ask your neighbor how their day is going. Join a walking club or a hobby group at the library. Even 5 minutes of meaningful interaction can lift your mood and strengthen your brain. We believe that being seen, heard, and valued is not just a nice thing, it's a life force. So, if you're watching this and feeling a little distant from the world, Reach out. You're not too old to make a new friend. You're not too late to reconnect, because connection isn't just part of life. It's what makes life worth living. Sign 8. Your curiosity. What if I told you that one of the strongest signs you'll live longer isn't in your blood pressure, your diet, or even how fast you walk? It's in something deeper, quieter, but just as powerful. It's your curiosity. That gentle tug inside you that asks, what else is out there? What haven't I learned yet? What can I still create, discover, or understand? You see, the people who thrive in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, they're not just lucky. They're still engaged. They're still learning. They're still asking questions. Take Eleanor. She's 85. Last year, she signed up for her first watercolor class. She wasn't trying to be the next great artist. She just wanted to see if she could express what she felt inside. Now, she paints every morning, has a small following online, and says it's the best part of her day. Why does this matter? Because curiosity keeps the mind sharp. It builds new brain connections. It staves off cognitive decline. And most importantly, it makes you feel alive. When we stop being curious, life can slowly become routine, predictable, smaller. But when we stay curious, even the smallest things become adventures again. A new recipe, a new book, a question you've never asked before. Even learning how to send a text message can become a triumph. So here's your invitation. Try something new this week. Take a walk down a different street. Ask someone younger about something they love. Sign up for a class, even if it's just for fun, because the day we stop learning is the day we stop growing. And you, my friend, are still growing. At Elderly Active Living, we believe that curiosity is the fountain of youth. It keeps you connected, creative, and completely present in the moment. So stay curious. Keep asking. Keep exploring. Because your best days might still be the ones you haven't even imagined yet. Sign 9. Your sense of humor. Let's be honest for a moment. Life after 70 comes with its own set of surprises. Some sweet. Some, well, not so sweet. But here's the real secret to thriving. Not just surviving. Your sense of humor. Yes, I'm serious. The ability to laugh specially at yourself might just be one of the strongest signs you're going to live a longer, happier life. Think about it. Have you ever met someone in their 80s or 90s who's still cracking jokes? Chances are, they're not just fun to be around. They're healthier, more energetic, and mentally sharper than most. Humor is medicine. And not just in theory. Science backs it up. Laughter reduces stress hormones. It lowers blood pressure. It boosts your immune system. And it lights up the same part of the brain as joy, connection, and even love. Let's take George, 82. He's been through plenty loss, illness, setbacks. But he has this twinkle in his eye, and he's always got a clever comeback. The nurses at his clinic fight over who gets to check on him because he makes everyone laugh. They say he's the highlight of their day. Why? Because humor is magnetic. It doesn't mean pretending everything's perfect. It means choosing to find the light even when things feel heavy. It's the ability to chuckle when you forget why you walked into a room. To laugh at the quirks of getting older instead of getting stuck in frustration. It's finding joy in the absurd and sharing that spark with everyone around you. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to be a stand-up comedian. You just have to be willing to smile, to tease life a little, and to laugh at yourself with kindness. We believe growing older doesn't mean growing dull. It means collecting more stories, And if you're lucky, more reasons to laugh about them. So here's your gentle challenge. Smile more this week. Watch a comedy you loved in the 70s. Call that one friend who always makes you laugh. Tell a silly joke at breakfast, even if no one laughs but you, because every chuckle, every giggle, every grin, they're all tiny steps toward a longer, lighter, more joyful life. Stay bright, stay playful, and above all, keep laughing. Final segment. Now that we've walked through all 9 signs, take a quiet moment and ask yourself, which of these feels familiar? Is it your walking speed that's changed? Maybe your grip isn't what it used to be. Or perhaps your sleep feels more restless, your balance a little shakier, your meals less enjoyable than before. Maybe stress is showing up in places you didn't expect. Or you found yourself spending more time alone. Maybe the laughter comes a little less often than it once did. And here's the beautiful truth. Most of these signs aren't warnings. They're invitations. Invitations to reconnect with your body, to tune in, to take charge of your health, not with huge, overwhelming changes, but with gentle, doable steps that begin today. A walk around the block, a deep breath in the sunlight, a nourishing meal with real color on the plate, a quick phone call to a friend you've been meaning to check in on. These small shifts, they compound, they build resilience, and they tell your body and your spirit that you're still here, still choosing life, and still full of power to shape what's ahead. At Elderly Active Living, we believe your best years are never behind you. They're the ones you're still creating. With every step, every smile, every choice to show up for yourself. So here's your gentle encouragement. You don't have to change everything. You just need to start somewhere. Pick one small thing this week. Just one. Walk a little more. Drink a little more water. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Or reach out to someone who lifts you up. Because every tiny change is a message to your body and your heart. I'm still moving forward. And if this video helped you in any way, if even one of those signs struck a chord, please give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and hit follow to support Elderly Active Living. We're here for you. Every step, every breath, every new beginning. And we can't wait to walk this path with you. See you in the next video.